What we are watching right now is the Falcons versus the Patriots Super Bowl. Remember, the Falcons was up 28-3, right? Fonnie Willis handed Adrian Love an unbeatable Rico case, right? When I say unbeatable, Fonnie Willis crafted this Rico thing it's unbeatable on paper. On paper, this is an unbeatable case. First of all, they are re-prosecuting crimes that some of these guys already pled guilty to and went to prison for. So you can't come in this Rico thing and say that A, it wasn't gang related, and B, that you didn't do it because you already pled guilty to it, right? Another thing, you cannot come in here and say that you were not affiliated with Young Thug because y'all have a million references and you have videos and pictures and everything showing your relations to Young Thug. He's rapping about you in the song. He's telling everybody how he's going to get somebody to, how you going to get this person to shoot this person for him whenever you feel like it. All of this is on social media. Another thing, there are people, when you indict 28 people, you are guaranteed that some of them are going to take deals in order to testify against other people in this case, right? So essentially what I'm saying is Fonnie Willis handed Adrian Love an unbeatable case, and she found a way to lose it. Like the trial hasn't been called. It's not over yet. It's not a mistrial yet. They lost. This case is over as far as getting a conviction. There's a 0% chance the jury is going to convict them, even if they don't get a mistrial. And a mistrial is probably coming on Monday. And we're going to talk about that too. But there's at this point, there's a 0% chance that they get a conviction. I mean, Adrian Love and her team fumbled probably the easiest case to win ever, all because they wanted to be unethical. It's like they chose to be unethical. They could have just used they could have used the strategy of, I'm going to make the people that took plea deals come in here and repeat everything that they agreed to in the plea deal, and they would get a conviction off that alone. They could have just painted a big picture and just made these people look like bad people and not put so much stock in this whole Kenneth Copeland thing, and they would have got a conviction. They threw the case away by being unethical, by having extreme improprieties. They had a judge on their side that was letting them get away with murder. They fumbled. We've never seen a prosecution lose such an easy case to win. Like, I don't understand how you could be so bad. how Fonnie Willis can give you such with everything stacked in your favor. You got a judge that's allowing in lyrics. You got a judge that's allowing in evidence late. You got a judge that's letting you meet up and coerce witnesses into saying whatever you want them to say. The judge is telling you, yeah, if a witness don't say what you want, I'll lock them up forever until they come testify. Like, you had everything and you found a way to lose. How? Somebody got to they need documentaries about that. I have watched this trial since the beginning, since the indictments came down and it was on the news and they was pulling people out of mansions and arresting them, all that. I've been watching it since then. I worked with people in YSL at 2 Men in a Truck back in 2015 when the Lil Wayne bus shooting happened. Right after the Donovan Thomas murder happened, I worked with some of these people. I've been following this for years. Listen to what I'm saying. This was an unbeatable case for them, and they found a way. Let's read some comments real quick. Excuse me. Road Dog said, the other guy knew to contact Melnick, though. Yeah, that's facts. Hip Easter, the jury is going to run on Monday when they are polled. Run away. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick before I read these comments. So pretty much the judge is like, look, I'm going to ask the jury, are they able to unlearn or unremember or unhear, or I guess unremember means forget. Are we able to forget everything that Kenneth Copeland testified to and move forward knowing that we're only gonna take these certain pieces of his testimony as valid? If the jury is like, no, I can't unhear what he said, then it's gonna be a mistrial. A mistrial under those grounds, though, is bad news for YSL because at that's not a they're gonna try this case will be tried again if that's the reason that that's a cop out for the state. If that's the reason that this trial is a mistrial, that's a cop out for the state. YSL don't want that. That's not the one that they want. So we'll see how that goes, but it's probably gonna happen though because Kenneth Copeland has made too much of a mark on people. He's too memorable. You're not gonna forget anything Kenneth Copeland really said. Honestly, it's too memorable to forget any of it. You're going to remember how he acted when he first got up there. You're going to remember how he was responding to Attorney Hilton. You're going to remember how he was answering questions. You're even going to remember how he was talking to the court reporter, right? Everything about his testimony for the last however many, it's been 2 months now. And then they've been seeing him on social media. They've been seeing clips. There's no way that they're going to forget anything about this guy. Let's see. Hit like and subscribe. Please, please, y'all. Road Dog from she was on the case, denied everything. Rebecca Starr said hi, what's going on? Road Dog Hilton should have been on the stand. Long confirmed Kayla was not lying. Hippie, oh Lord, 1963, that's old as me. Shout to the 60s. K-Way, the judge told the state and the defense he's only considering Georgia case law and use case law from everywhere but Georgia to justify her denial. I saw that. I was like, yo, this is a Texas case that she's citing in this in her order that she put out yesterday. System is corrupt. Simple. Send that to the judge. She needs the class on Brady herself. Road Dog. Yeah. Oh, actually, guys, we are in a little bit. We're gonna read the order from the judge because the Brady thing is talked about a lot in there. The judge said that she tough on Brady, but let the state off the hook after she. That's another thing. No, we'll get to that in a second. Road Dog said, so how's it Brady and Baldwin case? That's the thing. Brady is being interpreted by different judges in different ways. And that's why I said Glanville must have did some research or he must have huddled up with the judges in Fulton County. And they said, hey, this is how we apply the Brady rule around here. So we're going to all like stay firm. We're going to do it like this. That must have been what happened. Because remember at first, Glanville wasn't moving on that. He was like, nah, y'all not getting the transcript at all at first. Then he came back and said, I'm going to redact some of it and then I'll give it to y'all. Then he came back and said, I'm giving all it to y'all and I'm just going to take myself off the case, pretty much. K-Way said, well, I'm saved by grace said the Baldwin judge threw the case out for less. Facts. K-Way, in Baldwin case, the judge just missed the case during trial. Yep. Nessie, I'm late to the live. Greetings, everyone. What's up? Rebecca Starr said you need to have folks call in. People can call in. I've been letting y'all know in the description. We have the Discord, and if we want people to come in, if y'all want to come in and say something, definitely let me know. Yeah, let me see. Black Butterfly said, yeah, that don't apply for the Baldwin case. And guys, I'm still early up in the comments, so if y'all do say you want to join in, I'll see it in a few minutes. Reign Supreme said, hello, chat. Road Dog said, corruption. Reign Supreme, I missed 2 days. Please tell me I'm not too late. You ain't too late for nothing because it's cracking on Monday again when the jury comes back. Road Dog, she knows nothing. I'm saved by grace. Well, then right then and there, Kayla should have said that. Oh, my God, you're right. Another Kayla fell. Road Dog, Kayla didn't know why Love even said that herself. Long lied at first. Hit like and subscribe. Road Dog then admitted it when Shart and Judge crossed him. Reign Supreme said that was shady. How was it legal for Long to oppose her testimony after being in the room for her testimony? Yeah. I did notice that Ms. Bumpus was also having an issue with the word sequestration, to be sequestered, pretty much, meaning like if you're going to testify, you need to be away from everybody else that's going to testify so that you can't cross-pollinate or cross-contaminate your testimonies. Road Dog said Hilton need to be on the stand. Reign Supreme said the fix is in. Road Dog Long admitted it after though. No. K-Way, the judge cornered Kayla and Long, and I think she really dealt like both of them was felt like both of them was lying. Let's see. Reign Supreme said Hilton took a convention vacation. Yeah, they said Hilton is the president of the National Black Prosecutors Association, and she gave Fonnie Willis an award for excellence up in Boston this week, so that's why she was gone. She's going to come back to some mess, though. It's for sure some mess. Nessie said it would be difficult to remember the exact order of things in a meeting from months ago. As a lawyer, one might expect better recall. However, yep. Road Dog, Ethics 101. No, it's not. New lawyers use it now. She really is dumbing down for YouTube fame. Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting to see what's going on with that. Caleb Bumpers was so disappointing, said Esquire. I'm saved by grace. She doesn't even dress for the courtroom or speak courtroom speak. Ivy said, not to mention Hilton said she knows Copeland didn't unalive Nut. That indicates to me they know who committed that crime. The crazy thing is they claim them saying we know who committed it is because they feel like Copeland said they feel like Copeland told the truth when he said that the 4 YSL people did it. The crazy thing is Copeland also said other people did it. So I'm trying to figure out why they so stuck on when he said the YSL thing, when he also said some other people did it. So it's just they just want a conviction. That's all. Nessie said Ms. Bumpus may have already decided she wants to pursue YouTube, something other than law. The reality of practicing law may have jaded her. I don't know, man. Maybe. Reign Supreme said, how can Hilton know Woody didn't murder Nut? Kayla needs to remember her bar card. That's what I'm saying. Why she claiming with so much fervor? Like, no, we know you didn't commit that crime. Like, Woody is literally telling them, you don't know what I did. That's why I'm not answering your questions properly, because the questions y'all are asking are coming from a place of falsehood. You don't even know what I did. You don't even know who I am for real. You think I'm just a little small guy that everybody's beating up on. You don't even know that I'm a demon out here. That's what he pretty much is telling them, and they're not listening to him. Essentially, he is like, only thing he's not saying is, hey guys, I do the things that people say I do. That's the only thing he ain't saying, but he's pretty much saying it in so many words. They just ain't listening to him. Let's see. The 87 Barber, what's going on, family? Road Dog says she said she didn't know Rule 22 needed a hearing. Yeah, it does. Esquire, Kayla says she didn't realize it was ex parte until the Stills motion. That's ridiculous. Now, that was crazy how the judge walked her through and said, so you knew that you was going into a room with the prosecutor. You knew that you didn't see any defense attorneys in there. So she's like, she pretty much is like, do you know what ex parte means? How did you not know that was an ex parte meeting when you're in there with one side, you're talking to a witness, and you're not in there with another side? Because she said she didn't know it was an ex parte meeting until Brian Still said it. She's like, I didn't know it was a meeting. That's kind of wild. Going to law school just to throw it away over the Florence Nightingale effect is crazy. Bianca said, I don't understand. Y'all got to help me out with the emojis. I'm not good with emojis. Unless it's like a laughing emoji. I know what laughing emoji mean, but any other ones I'm not good with. I'm saved by grace. This is insane and savage. Also, unalive is not an actual word, said Rebecca Starr. Esquire, Kayla should have been taking notes and asking questions in that meeting until she knew exactly why they were there and what it was for. She did nothing but chase clout afterwards. Reign Supreme said Kayla should have articulated her viewpoint better. She had plenty of time to prepare. Nessie said the judge placing a bandage on an aneurysm. That's a fact. This is like having a heart attack and then she like put your ankle in an ace bandage. For sure. Rebecca Starr, I also don't see how Kayla even repped the opposite side in the first place, being Thug's sister's best friend, huh? Wild. I'm saved by grace. Wow, that's exactly how I'm feeling. Like this is turned into some football game. Reign Supreme said, unalive versus attempted murder from a litigator is hilarious. Using YouTube words when you understand courtroom jargon is also chin scratcher. They can proceed. The juror has checked out. It's over. It's a wrap. It's for sure a wrap. Zandar said they still got a judge on their side letting them get away with murder. The judge is still cooked. That's why we're gonna talk about Whitaker, man. Facts. Let's see. Rain said, at this point, where's the evidence? Denying motions and not allowing bail is crazy. She has no choice but to poll the jury. How can the state retry the case? The jury pool is tainted. There is not an unbiased person left in Fulton County as it relates to this. That's a fact. Jury pool is tainted. It's dead. Hippie Easter. I don't think they will retry because they don't have the money. This is the thing, right? Fonnie Willis hit up the Fulton County Commission for $75 million. They have the money because they over-asked so that just in case anything went wrong, really, they thought that the Donald Trump case was going to tap their pockets. But Trump was able to get the case put in limbo pretty much, so they're not using their money on the Trump case right now. All of the money and the resources, the YSL trial is crippling that office, right? Everything is on hold. All the lawyers are wrapped up in this case. The judge, like everything is messed up in Fulton County courts because of this case, right? But they had $75 million. So if the case is put in a mistrial at this point, they do still have a lot of money left to do it again. So that's why I said it's not a win. They have the money at this point. Zendar, at this point, the state had till today to turn over all Brady and nothing have come out. So hopefully more Brady come out on Monday. Yeah, they were supposed to turn over all the witness lists and all of the evidence and everything that they had by lunchtime today. So we'll see Monday when Brian Still in there come into court on Monday and say, hey, judge, they sent everything to us on Saturday night. You told them to send it to us Friday afternoon. That's once again, they didn't follow your order. What you gonna do, judge? Excuse me. We're gonna see. Nessie said in the Baldwin case, the prosecution had knowledge and possession of bullets before the trial began. They may have been relevant to the case. They did not share the info with defense. Yep. Lil Mo said, you do realize that there's hella people not watching this dumbass case though, right? There are people that's not watching, but this is the thing about not watching this case, right? Even if you don't watch this case, if you live in Fulton County, at minimum, you have heard about Fonnie Willis and what she's been doing. That's a bias. If you have a bias against the prosecutor, or if you are supporting the prosecutor, you have a bias. Because you're like, oh yeah, I want to support Fonnie Willis because she's going after Trump. That's a bias. So it's unlikely that somebody is not biased either way. I understand Kayla may have felt blindsided, but she didn't go on record for her client. Yeah, Road Dog, okay. Reign Supreme, the local news reports on the case. So yeah, they do see the case of fault. Nessie said, God bless you. Oh, thank you. Okay. Where are we at with this? Wednesday was kind of slight. Let me see. Oh, no. Hold on. Boyer. The name DeMarco Boyer started to show up. That was a big one. I felt like that was a big one. Because they started a whole nother Brady conversation. Because they're like, what's up with this DeMarco? Y'all gave us a phone number, but we didn't know who that belonged to. Y'all didn't tell us who that belonged to, so that should be excluded. And the reason that it was important because there was a shooting that happened, and supposedly Boyer's phone was tied to the car that the shooting happened out of, or he was with the people because they did some triangulation and some. They said that the phone was in the car when it happened, right? When the shooting happened. But this is the crazy thing about cell tower data. Earlier in this trial, they brought an expert in, and that expert said that they were not able to get an exact location on some of these cell phones. The only thing they could do is say that the cell phone was in this like general area. Like there's a radius, and they could say that the cell phone is somewhere in this radius because it's pinging off of this tower. It's just like radar it's like radar technology, pretty much. And communication. So they're like, it's pinging off of this tower, so it's somewhere within this area. Now they're saying that they can get so accurate, they can tell who was in the car with who. Now, there is technology like triangulation that can tell like the general area of the car, of the phone. But I don't know if it can say like this person was definitely in the car with these other people. I don't know if it can do that now. I don't know about that. But that's what the state is asserting right now. So they had an argument about that, and they're like, the defense is like, we didn't have this information ahead of time. They was sitting on it. Love, they're asking her questions. She has no answers whatsoever. That's the day that she just froze up completely. Like the judge is asking her, when did you request that the cell records be tracked? When did you request it? She's like, I don't know. Or she didn't even say, I don't know. She just like stopped talking. She froze. She's like, just stood there, 30 seconds of complete silence. The judge is like, I'm going to let you and your team figure that out. Let me know because I need to know when y'all asked for it versus when you gave it to this. Because they just gave it to the defense like Monday that just passed. So the defense is like, how long have y'all had this? That's Brady information. Y'all supposed to hand that over a long time ago. They're like, but we didn't. They pretty much did that investigation while trial was going on. So we already seen it, so I don't even have to waste time to get through it. So essentially, when they figured out where they got, when they made the request, the state made a request to an expert to track the cell phone data after Agent Racy was on the stand and he was about to testify about some cell phone data, but then Attorney Max Shard kind of shut him down because he said, "Hey, you're not an expert. You haven't done any analysis of these cell phone records, so you really are not qualified to come up here and speak about the whereabouts of any cell phone. You haven't done the analysis of this. You haven't been pretty much sworn in as an expert witness. You're a fact witness, so this is out of your wheelhouse right now." And he was correct because the judge didn't let Racy answer certain questions about cell phone data, cell phone tower data. So that prompted Attorney Love to say, okay, so now we want to get a real expert. Hey, investigate this cell phone number and then we'll figure it out. So then they start this investigation in May, right? They get this information back and then fast forward all the way up to August when this new judge takes over. The new judge is like, hey, whatever information y'all have, y'all need to turn it over to the defense. So we need 30 witnesses a week and we need all of the evidence that belongs to each witness. And you need to give it over to the defense. And you got like a couple weeks to do this. So Love is like, yeah, we're sitting around on Saturday and we're going through all this evidence. And then we say, oh, shoot, we have this thing about Boyer that we never turned over. So then they send it over to the defense. And that's what like prompted all of this stuff right here. So the judge is like, well, why were y'all sitting on this from May all the way up until August? And then Love is like, well, it was a foresight. We pretty much didn't think about it. And then over the weekend, we thought about it. This is the crazy thing about a continuing obligation to discovery, right? To discovery rule. You knew that it was discovery when you contacted the expert and said, go get this information on this cell phone. That makes it something you have to turn over at that point, right then. You're supposed to say right then, hey, we got an investigation coming from this cell phone. So you telling me that not only did you not tell them when you started the investigation, somebody sent you a report back, you didn't tell them then. You went over the report, you didn't tell them then. And then randomly in August, you said, oh, shoot, I got to send this over. And then you send it over. The judge, once again, is like, oh, I don't think that was bad faith. I don't think that was malicious. It's a big file. I mean, this is a big case. There's a lot of files. It's easy to forget. Okay, just make sure you turn it over and don't do that again. So pretty much what we're seeing here is a recreation of Judge Glanville. If y'all remember, Judge Glanville also started out the case being the tough judge, making people write essays, holding people in contempt, all that. So he was the tough judge at first too, right? And at some point, he showed his true allegiance was actually to the state, and it ended up getting him recused. But right now, it's looking like, I'm going to be real, it's looking like it's shaping up for Whitaker to be on the same type of time. I'm seeing similar patterns from Whitaker. Whitaker is like talking tough in the courtroom, but her actual rulings and the decisions that she's making do not match up with what the defense is looking for in terms of fairness. She's saying she's coming to similar conclusions that Glanville was coming to. Yeah, I know y'all didn't turn that over to them back in May and we're in August right now, but you know what? I'm going to let you use that evidence and just don't do it again. Attorney Westmoreland stands up and says, excuse me, Judge, I understand you're making a ruling. I understand you just got here, but Judge Glanville told them that it was the last time. And now you're coming in and giving them another last time. How is this supposed to work? Like, are we never going to get a fair trial? Are they never going to get consequences? We follow the rules every time. Every time you tell us, the defense, to turn over something, we turn it over. But when they tell the state to do it, they do whatever they feel like. They turn things in late or they don't turn things in at all. This stuff was supposed to be turned in before. Glanville told them to give this stuff to us before trial even started back in November or back in October. He said, turn all of it over. We're in August and we're still getting new things. And Judge Whitaker let it ride. She said, okay, look, I don't know what was going on before. It's like you come into probation court with me. You got, when you're a new inmate, You got one time, and then there's going to be some punishment. It's like, all right, so this thing is shaping up to become more of what we've been seeing already. All right?